Hello friends, in this video we will be learning about circle and parts of a circle. Let's start. What is a circle? By definition, a circle is a locus, or you can say a collection of points in the same plane that lie at an equal distance from a fixed point. The equal distance is called as the radius and the fixed point is called as the center. So let's take a fixed point and get all the points that are equidistant from the fixed point. That means all these points are at an equal distance from the fixed point. And this collection forms a circle. So circle is a collection of all these points which are at an equal distance from the given fixed point. So let's take the fixed point and the circle. Here the fixed point is called as the center. So let's name it as O. So the center is point O. Now let's take another point A on the circle and join O to A. That is called as the radius and it has a fixed distance. So radius is a line segment that joins center to any point on the circle. Next, circumference. So what is circumference? As you can see here, the boundary of the circle. So the length of the boundary of the circle is called as the circumference of the circle. It's just like perimeter, we can say. So perimeter of a circle is same as the circumference. Chord. Now what is a chord? Let's take any 2 points on the circumference of the circle and join them. So this forms a chord. So the line segment that joins any 2 points on the circle is called as a chord. So let's take any 2 points there again. So if you join them, we get another chord. Similarly, let's continue by taking another 2 points. This also forms a chord. So this shows that we will get infinitely many chords for a circle. Just you have to join any 2 points on the circle, we get a chord. So there are infinitely many chords. Let's name the 2 points A and B. So the name for this chord can be given as line segment AB. So AB is the chord of this circle. Starts at A, ends at B. So AB line segment is the chord of the circle. Diameter. Let's take a point and just 2 points and pass it through the center. So this line segment that passes through the center is called as the diameter. As you can see, since it joins any 2 points on the circle, it is a chord and it passes through the center. So the line segment that passes through the center and whose endpoints lie on the circle. The line segment that passes through the center and endpoints lie on the circle is called as the diameter. We can say diameter as the longest chord. So like that, we can draw infinitely many diameters for a circle. Any line segment that passes through the center and has its endpoints on the circle becomes a diameter. So let's name it according to the endpoints. So let's C and D are the endpoints of the diameter. So we can call it as CD. So line segment CD is the diameter of this circle. As you can see here, the diameter can be divided into 2 parts. So each part is the radius. As you can see here, each part is the radius as it starts from the center and ends at any point on the circle. So we can say diameter is twice of the radius. So 2 times radius. So D equals to 2 times R, or else R is half of the diameter. So if you double the radius, we'll get the length of the diameter, and if you half the diameter, we'll get the length of the radius. Next, arc. Now let's take any 2 points on the circle and mark it. So here you can see when you mark it, the total circumference is divided into 2 parts. This is the smaller one and this is the larger one. So the 2 points have divided the whole circumference into 2 pieces. So here we can say a portion of the circumference of the circle. An arc is nothing but a portion of the circumference or a part of the circumference of the circle. So here, as you can see, it is a smaller one, so it is called as the minor arc, and the larger one is called as the major arc. So we have two arcs now, minor arc and major arc. Now let's see how to name an arc. Here, as you can see, there are 2 points. We have named it as A and B. So here the minor arc will be called as minor arc AB. It can be written as minor arc AB or only arc AB. So for a minor arc, we can write only arc AB or mention it like minor arc AB as according to the points it has. Similarly, for major arc, what you have to do, just you can write major arc AB. Like in minor arc we have written the same way in major arc AB. Now to name it in the another way, to just avoid the confusion, we have to take one more point on the major arc, let it be C, and we can name it as arc ACB. So arc ACB, so this 3-lettered word gives us a major arc. So just avoid the confusion with the minor arc and major arc. Minor arc with the 2 letters we can write, and for the major arc we can take one extra point. So with 3 points we can name a major arc. So the major arc is arc ACB and the minor arc is arc AB. In this way we can name the arcs. Next, sector. So for a sector, let us take 2 points and draw the radius. Now as you can see here, we have taken 2 radius and an arc. So here the area that is enclosed between the radius and the arc is called as the sector. The area that is enclosed inside the 2 radius and arc is called as the sector. So let's see. Radius and an arc forms a sector. So this is the smaller one, so it is called as the minor sector. So the same way, as you can see here, the other half. So one after the minor sector, we can see the other part, we can call it as major sector. The smaller one is called as the minor sector and the larger one is called as the major sector, because the larger one is also formed by 2 radius and a major arc. The minor sector uses the minor arc and the major sector uses the major arc. Now let's divide the whole circle into 2 sectors, major and minor, and name it. So these 2 sectors are from the same circle. So first let's give the points on the smaller sector, that is the minor sector. O is the center, OA and OB are the radius, and C is the point on the minor arc. So here we can name it as sector OACB, starting with the center OACB. That is the name for the minor sector. Similarly, let's give the points to the major sector, starting with the center, the radius, and any point on the major arc. So here you can see O is the center, OA and OB are the radius, and D is a point on the major arc. So here we can name it as sector OADB. So starting with the center, OADB is the major sector. So from the size of the sector we can know which is minor and which is major. The minor sector uses minor arc and the major sector uses the major arc. Next, segment. So same thing, we will take 2 points and join them. So as we know, whenever we join 2 points on the circle, we get a chord. So here you can see when we have a chord, the whole circle has been divided into 2 segments. So here a chord and an arc. So this region that is enclosed between the chord and the arc gives us a segment now. So the region enclosed between a chord and an arc gives us the segment. In the same way, so when we have a segment like this, we can see there are 2 segments. One is a smaller one, one is a larger one. The smaller one, as you can see here, is the minor segment. So we can see here, C is a point on the minor arc, so it is called as the minor segment now. And the blue one So we can name it like segment ACB. C is a point on the minor arc. The same way we can take a point on the larger segment and name it as major segment. So major segment will be segment ADB. So minor is ACB and the major is ADB. So by the size of the segments we can name them minor and major segment according to the points on the arc. So we will be using the points of the chord and point on the arc for naming a segment. Next, a semicircle. So let's take a diameter. As you can see here, whenever we take a diameter, it divides it into two parts. So half portion of the circle. So semicircle is nothing but half of a circle. As you can see here, half of a circle is called as a semicircle. So you can see here, the diameter divides a circle into two equal parts. So each part is called as a semicircle. So you can see here, so each part is called as a semicircle. That's a half part of a circle. So we can say here, diameter divides a circle into two equal parts and each part is called as a semicircle. Next, let's revise all the parts of a circle, starting with the center. That's the fixed point here. Then when we take any point on the circle and join it with the center, we get the radius. It's the fixed distance of the circle. There are infinitely many radius for a circle. Next, when a chord passes through the center, it's called the diameter. So that's the line segment passing through the passing through the center and whose endpoints lie on the circle is called as the diameter. And the length of the boundary is called as the circumference of the circle, the total length of the boundary, or else we can call it as a perimeter of the circle. Next, let's take any 2 points and the part of this circumference is called as an arc. And this area that is enclosed by 2 radii and an arc is called as the sector. Sector is the area enclosed between 2 radii and an arc is called as the sector. Next, chord, which when we take any 2 points on the circle and just join it, we get a chord. And the area enclosed between the chord and the arc is called as the segment. So we have center, that is the fixed point, radius is the fixed distance, diameter that divides a circle into 2 equal parts, circumference, the total length of the boundary, arc, that's a part of the circumference or a portion of the circumference, sector is the area that is enclosed between 2 radii and an arc, chord is a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle, and segment is the area that is enclosed between the chord and arc. That's all the parts of a circle. Thank you and keep exploring.